What is up, YouTube? This is Ijrok Scarflame here to talk about a new video that I'm making. It's called Politics Tonight with Ijrok, and it's basically to celebrate Halloween. Now, for this video, I'm going to be talking about why Seth Myers is not funny. Now, the whole entire idea of the Politics Tonight videos is it's basically going to be about me talking about, what's good about politics, what's bad about politics, what can be improved with politics. Basically trying to get to know politics more. The thing about politics is when you abuse it in a certain way, it could be very offensive to people. And a lot of people have viewed Donald Trump as a very, very, very harsh kind of guy because of past things he has said. But the topic of Seth Myers is basically about him just not being funny in general. Seth Myers, if you guys haven't known, he is a late night comedian host who has a very large audience and has a very big impact on America. But the thing about Seth Myers is his jokes are over-exaggerated. So in other words, they're just not funny at all. He tries too hard with his jokes, for one. Number two, his audience does not sound like they're actually laughing. Laughing with the whole entire heart that they have. Like, they're not laughing from the soul. That's what I believe. I believe every time I hear his audience. Now, I do watch his videos at night, but that's because I'm trying to see how his show is doing. If it's doing bad, if it's doing good, if it's something to be improved on. But overall, Seth Myers is just not the kind of guy that's funny. Now, Seth Myers, he also complains a lot about politics. He also talks a lot about politics. Except he talks about Republicans in a very bad way. This is exactly why I do not vote for any of the sides of the parties, because I feel it would be an absolute waste to do that, considering that both sides of the parties absolutely get nowhere in the end, and they both conclude with the same kind of resolvements that they always do. A democracy. I think we all know what a democracy is, and we all know what a Republican is, and what a republic is. But overall, my point is, both parties are a major disaster, and Seth Myers is also a major disaster, because he only talks about democracy. He only leads towards the side of Democrats. Basically meaning he isn't an adult. He's a child that only leans on one side of the coin. He doesn't give the other side a chance. All he does is he bashes every Republican president. He likes to think he's funny with his comebacks, without realizing that his comebacks can really hurt someone. And overall, he expects people to laugh at him. And his unsettling face, because I've seen his face, and his face it just creeps me out every single time I see him, especially when he looks at the camera. And Halloween would probably not be a very good thing to watch him at night, because his face could give you Halloween nightmares, if you know what I mean. But overall, Seth Myers is not a funny guy. He over-exaggerates his jokes too much. He still has a lot to learn, and he could even learn some stuff from me, because I've had some experience with comedy before. I've spent years watching comedic movies, learning from comedic stars, like advice from them on websites and all that. But as for Seth Myers, I kind of think he just has leaned his own way, and I think that's the problem. You can't just be a comedian without getting advice from another comedian. It just doesn't work, you know, and it turns out to be a disaster in the end because, you know, you don't really have basically the knowledge, what it takes to be a really, really, really good comedian overall. And it's really hard to explain it because nowadays comedians kind of just feel like they could lean their own way without actually giving an explanation why. That was the explanation why right there. But overall, my whole main purpose for this video is talking about why Seth and his audience, not funny at all. And another thing. Another show that he appears on, called Saturday Night Live. I'm also here to comment about that as well, because Saturday Night Live, this is a very popular show. It used to be great. Now it's not. It's as simple as that. Saturday Night Live used to be great when stars like Chris Farley, stars like Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg. When stars like that was on SNL, that's when it was great. It's not great now when you got like practically just stars randomly appearing on it, you know. SNL has changed its form a lot, and I'm actually surprised it's still standing right now because it's just not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore. It's really not. I do not know why SNL and Seth Myers both think they're funny, because they're not funny anymore. I understand there are good stars that come on SNL nowadays, but there were good stars that came on SNL back then too, you know. And SNL has just changed. It's become a wreck. It's become a wreck, just like Seth Myers has. Just like Seth Myers has. But anyways, TV nowadays, what else can you say? TV has just become this kind of terrible set of electric that you could watch. And it's just not the same as it used to be, you know. It ain't as funny as it used to be, like when Johnny Carson was on. I watch Johnny Carson all the time. Doesn't mean I have to be old to watch him. I watch him and I think he's hilarious. But anyway, guys, this is Politics Tonight with Ijrok Scarflame, talking once again about why Seth Myers is not funny, along with Saturday Night Live not being funny. And I'm here to conclude it with the final message to Seth Myers and Saturday Night Live. Seth Myers and SNL, you are not funny. Stop acting like you are. You guys practically sound like you have fake audiences. I've heard better audiences on Golden Girls. And you guys just need advice from comedians. That's what you guys need. You guys need the resources. You guys need the professional help from comedians that actually do know how people laugh, you know, and know how to make them laugh, and what strategies you can use to get away from comedic silence, basically meaning audience silence. Like whenever you hear an audience being silent about one of the jokes, you know, you follow up with a joke after that. That's what I mean. It's comedic silence being broken. But anyways, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this video about Politics Tonight with Ijrok Scarflame. Thank you, YouTube, for watching. Ijrok, signing out.